Hey guys, I'm going to be reading you Wilfrid Gordon Mcdonald Partridge. It's written by Mem Fox and illustrated by Julie Vivis. By looking at the cover of this and the illustration, what do you think the story is going to be about? And also, why do you think this name is so long? Let's read and find out. There once was a small boy called Wilfrid Gordon Mcdonald Partridge, and what's more, he wasn't very old either. His house was next door to an old people's home, and he knew all the people who lived there. He liked Mrs. Jordan, who played the organ. He listened to Mr. Hosking, who told him scary stories. He played with Mr. Tippet, who was crazy about cricket. He ran errands for Miss Mitchell, who walked with a wooden stick. He admired Mr. Drysdale, who had a voice like a giant. But his favorite person of all was Miss Nancy Allison Delacourt Cooper, because she had 4 names just as he did. He called her Miss Nancy and told her all of his secrets. One day, Wilfrid Gordon heard his mother and father talking about Miss Nancy. "Poor old thing," said his mother. "Why is she a poor old thing?" asked Wilfrid Gordon. "Because she's lost her memory," said his father. "It isn't surprising," said his mother. "After all, she is 96. "What's a memory?" asked Wilfrid Gordon. He was always asking questions. "It is something you remember," said his father. What do you think the parents mean by Miss Nancy lost her memory? Let's find out. But Wilfrid Gordon wanted to know more, so he called on Miss Jordan, who played the organ. "What's a memory?" he asked. "Something warm, my child, something warm." He called on Mr. Hosking, who told him scary stories. "What's a memory?" he asked. "Something from long ago, me lad, something from long ago." He called on Mr. Tippet, who was crazy about cricket. "What's a memory?" he asked. "Something that makes you cry, my boy, something that makes you cry." He called on Miss Mitchell, who walked with a wooden stick. "What's a memory?" he asked. "Something that makes you laugh, my darling, something that makes you laugh." He called on Mr. Drysdale, who had a voice like a giant. "What's a memory?" he asked. "Something as precious as gold, young man, something as precious as gold." So Wilfrid Gordon went home again to look for memories for Miss Nancy, because she had lost her own. He looked for the shoebox of shells he had found long ago last summer and put them gently in a basket. He found the puppet on strings, which always made everyone laugh, and put that in the basket too. He remembered with sadness the medal which his grandfather had given him and placed it gently next to the shells. Next he found his football, which was as precious as gold, and last of all, on his way to Miss Nancy's, he went into the hen house and took a fresh, warm egg from under a hen. Then Wilfrid Gordon called on Miss Nancy and gave her each thing one by one. So, what would you have gave Miss Nancy out of the 5 things that the old people from the old folks' home told Wilfrid Gordon? Okay, let's keep reading. "What a dear, strange child to bring me all these wonderful things," thought Miss Nancy. Then she started to remember. She held the warm egg and told Wilfrid Gordon about the tiny speckled blue eggs she had once found in a bird's nest in her aunt's garden. She put a shell to her ear and remembered going to the beach by tram long ago, and how hot she had felt in her button-up boots. She touched the medal and talked sadly of the big brothers she had loved, who had gone to the war and never returned. She smiled at the puppet on strings and remembered the one she had shown to her sister, and how she had laughed with a mouthful of porridge. She bounced the football to Wilfrid Gordon and remembered the day she had met him and all the secrets they had told. And the 2 of them smiled and smiled, because Miss Nancy's memory had been found again by a small boy who wasn't very old either. The end. Now, thinking back on the book, Do you think the author explained what a memory was well by the way that he presented it in the story? And what do you think the author's point was in using the way he told the memories? All right. Thank you.